We're going to go to our final segment.
Beauty.
This is the GOAT files, the greatest of all time, some of the best ads throughout history, and we love the Australian examples, and we've got one right now from Yellow Pages.
Let's go.
A broken fraps. Problem with my Goggomobile. Goggomobile? Problem with my Goggomobile, and I was wondering if Gogggo. Problem with my Goggomobile. And yeah? Yeah? No, not the dark. Not the dark. I always think it's the dark. It's a weird ripper.
I love this ad.
Yeah, why?
Well, because it's an ad, like that ad went live in 1992. Yeah. You still talk to generations of people older than you and I, some maybe a little bit younger, not too much younger, but older, us and up, that still remember that ad. Not people remember Not the Dart line and the Goggomobile, right? Now, obviously, those days were a lot easier to be memorable. You could make one great ad a year and you didn't have to make heaps of different variations of it. But it's more nearly 30 years later, people are still talking about it.
Why? Why is it so good?
Because it's so simple. And emotionally, it hits into that part of, I want to laugh. It's like Daryl Kerrigan and the Castle. It's a continuation of that same thing. Happy time, family, something simple, but just memorable. Goggomobile, and I know where I can call to find myself the solution. Problem and solution. His car's stuffed, then it's happy, and they're happy. You can relate with them.
Do you think most people could have recalled that was actually a Yellow Pages ad going, do you know the Goggomobile ad? Do you reckon they could actually go, that was a Yellow Pages ad?
Great point. For many, many years back then, it was very well aligned with that was the Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
If we compare it to what we looked at earlier and some of the comments and points we put on there, and I'm not sure that that's the full final ad, but it ends on a simple thing of Yellow Pages, find your solution.
Yeah. What else, Casey? What else do you love about this?
Well, that ad, that built that character that was so memorable. I think Shannon's then went on to use him as well for car insurance.
I thought so.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then he was the face of that for a long time.
So they created a character that actually continued to evolve and...
Yeah, they created a character that continued to evolve, and I think I don't think it was that Goggomobile, but it was a different type of a Goggomobile that they continued
they
into. They
hijacked the asset.
They hijacked the asset, right? So he became the strong enough brand that was memorable.
Love it. Look, there's some really interesting things in this, and like the first is I'll go episodic memory and semantic memory. So episodic memory is one exposure to a piece of information or a data point. Semantic is 3 or more reference points. So when you've got a semantic memory, that actually becomes an independent memory that you can refer to. Now, if you go through this ad, the beautiful thing about it is there's sequences of 3. So a semantic memory is actually 3 things. Mm-hmm. If you go through AI right now, a lot of the copywriting actually has a sequence of 3. It's actually the brain's natural rhythm and pattern that it wants to work through, and it's really seamless. Now, if you go through, I've got a problem with my Goggomobile. I've got a problem with my Goggomobile. I've got a problem, 3. Gogggo, 3. Not the dart. Oh, not the dart, 3. Really simple. Now, what becomes really interesting in this if you're talking memory? So memory is just not embedding memory. The most powerful memory is when you retrieve. So it's like learning. Yep. If I read a textbook and I read, but then someone asks you a question and it's the first time you've ever been asked a question to retrieve the information, you're like, shit, I don't recall any of it. But as soon as you start retrieving memory, that is actually where memory formation starts to form in a really deep level. So sound, music, if you can sing, like we looked at the first one with Liquid Death, if you start singing like Lip Emblem or Emblem, whatever it is, like when you start retrieving that song, that is deep memory formation that forms. When you start going, not the dart, or you go Gogggo, that is deep memory formation. It's why 30 years on, you can still recall this ad because you've retrieved this memory. Now that's sound. Sound is incredibly important when it comes to ad. Thoughts on that?
For me, the three that I normally kind of apply to all ads is clarity, differentiation, and the memory bit, right? I think that is really clear. Most ads in today's day and age will try to tell you too much, right? They'll throw in, a whole heap of things, right? And you really got to remember one thing.
But it's repetitive, isn't it?
It's repetitive. Most ads will rush those points really quickly so that they can cram more in the ad. This here has just gone simple.
Like 80s and 90s ads were like this, weren't they? They were just really simple, really clean. But it talks to system one, which is subconscious, which is easy. It's processing fluency. It's really simple.
It's
not complex.
It's a kiss approach. Keep it simple, stupid, right? A confused mind never buys, right? You remember exactly what it is there. You told me 9 times the problem and the solution consistently.
Yeah.
And from that perspective, that's why I think it's just such a great ad.
Well, it is. It's one of the GOATs, one of the greatest of all times.
Yep.